For 12 years, the skating world has saluted the best in the sport at the World Professional Figure Skating Championships. The tradition continues today. Scott Hamilton with a gold medal personality. Brian Orser, Canadian champion, two-time Olympic silver medalist. Brian Boitano, for 4 years, unbeatable. Olympic champions Bestemianova and Buchan, the world's best ice dancers 4 times. These champions and more today on this edition of the World Professional Figure Skating Championships. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this, the 12th annual World Professional Figure Skating Championships in Landover, Maryland. And if this competition is anything like the previous 11, we're all in for another marvelous treat. We wish you could be with us. I know you'll enjoy the action because we're going to decide the ice dancing champions today and the men's competition. And what a lineup we have. All of the Olympic champions of the 80s. 1980 was Robin Cousins. He's here. Scott Hamilton in 84. He'll be competing. And the defending champion and 1988 Olympic champion, Brian Boitano. And we're also pleased joining us, Sandra Bezic. And Sandra, Brian Boitano has dominated 3 straight championships here. Can he make it 4 in a row?
Well, Dick, as you know, in competition, nothing is a given. And we have 4 very proud competitors here. Each is used to winning. Each wants to win here. We're going to see the best at their best.
I want to ask you kind of a dumb question here. Ice dancing. What is it, and where is it going?
That's not a dumb question at all, and there are all sorts of opinions about what ice dancing should be. Today we'll see the spectrum of styles, from ballroom to modern ballet. I think the favorites, though, are Bestemianova and Buchan. They were the 88 Olympic gold medalists. But the couple to watch is American Renee Roca skating with Russian Gorsha Sur. It's their 2nd year here, but they've only been together for just a year, and their work is very exciting.
And we were impressed last year with another long shot to watch, Natalia Anenko and Gentrich Sretensky of the Soviet Union, and they're on the ice first. Moscovites, she's 27, he's 29. This is the rhythm program, counting 40% of the total score. The required rhythm in this competition, the waltz.
We never see an Olympic competition because the ruling says that skaters can only separate for 2 measures of music. Here at the World Professional Championships, they're allowed complete freedom.
Russian skating, a dominant force in ice dancing through the past decades. And here's an example. Anenko and Sretensky, hardly well known. They were 4th in the 88 Winter Olympic Games in Calgary and in the World Championships, and yet their talent strong enough to have won many international competitions. year for him. His mother passed away last summer, so they really missed skating most of the year. They're returning to competition after almost a full year layoff.
Such a lyrical, refreshing style, and following in Christopher Dean's footsteps, Genrich is the choreographer here.
Ice dancing competition begins. Natalia Anenko, Genrich Sretensky.
Natalia Anenko and Genrich Sretensky.
A delightful performance to Morning Notes Waltz.
And the scores ranging from 9-6 to 9-8, 48.7. And now a World Pro memory, the incredible Jane Torval and Christopher Dean, after earning perfect scores at the Olympics in '84, came here to Landover. Their Song of India performance earning them a World Professional Figure Skating Championship. Here are the favorites, the '88 Olympic champions from Moscow, Natalia Bestemianova and Andrei Buchan.
And what an entrance that was. From the album Bugs Bunny on Broadway, it's Johann Strauss meets Carl Stalling. One thing is for sure, though, these two did not grow up watching Saturday morning cartoons in Russia.
Oh, now wait a minute. I'm going to take that personally. Knocking over our NBC Olympic sign. Well, he's lost her skirt and knocked over our sign. What next?
Well, they've never been known for their subtleties.
folks. Natalia Bestemianova and Andrei Bukin.
We skaters sometimes take ourselves so seriously, and I think it's great to see them having some fun.
There's a little board check from Bukin that rattled the far end of the rink and
the audience.
Our side, that's right. Endangered species, as she was. And the judges loved it. 49.4. Bestemianova and Bukin in first place. We're back at the Capitol Center, and we continue with the technical programs, and now the focus is on an outstanding field of men that includes 3 Olympic champions. Sandra Bezic, let's go through them and give us your quick analysis for Scott Hamilton, the 1984 champion.
Scott, the showman, he's going to try and win this competition by winning over the audience.
The oldest in the competition at 34 is Robin Cousins. He finished second last year.
Well, he's not in the same league technically as the other men, but his style is proof that figure skating is far more than just triple jump.
Defending champion, 88 Olympic champion, Brian Boitano goes for 4 straight.
He's an extraordinary competitor, but he has been showing some nerves here, which is unlike him. I think the frustration of not being able to compete in the Olympic Games has preoccupied him.
Oh, Brian Boitano. Maybe there's a little Achilles heel there for him. And finally, Brian Orser.
Well, Orser, he manages always to draw the same skating position every time, and it's always after Boitano. So this year he said, not again. I have to listen to those 10s, 10s, 10s. But he does have a cause here, and he is after a medal.
Of course, Orser and Boitano, just as it was in Calgary in '88. First it'll be Boitano. Orson will have to hear the results and then skate his very best. But first on the ice for the men, Scott Hamilton. At 33, Hamilton realizes time and on-charging youth are closing in.
My main reason for being here this year, I think, is because I know the 92 guys are coming out next year. There'll be a whole new crop of male skaters out there, and I just want to go out and enjoy this evening of skating and look upon it as my potential or my possible last time competing in this event. So we'll see, but mainly just go out and have a good time.
So this could be a memorable performance. Hamilton perhaps making his final Landover appearance.
It was a shaky landing, but he did it. But this is what I love about Scott. His agility and control. The way he moves his feet.
But nevertheless, why stop memories? Been invited on dates, might have gone, but oh, it's different without you.
American skating will always be grateful for Scott Hamilton's winning the gold in '84. You know, that broke a 24-year U.S. drought in men's singles.
Watch this, Dick. It's a great backflip. Here we go. He can combine technique, great technique, with terrific entertainment value. He knows how to work a room.
I need you, baby. I need you, baby.
Oh, it's great to have him back. Scott Hamilton and some of the fans on their feet and joined by others.
Scott rarely makes an error, but unfortunately here he did, landing the triple Salchow on 2 feet. But this is the footwork that he's famous for.
9.8.
See? Doesn't matter.
9.8. 9.8. 9.8.
Rocky Marble, ladies and gentlemen. Olympic team, United States.
9.8.
And partner Cal Urbanski probably would agree. All 9/8 for Scott Hamilton.
And 9.8.
I'm the first one.
Total score 49.
In good spirit, Hamilton, and he certainly has lighted the room. Robin Cousins, the British and Olympic champion, is next. Welcome back to the Capitol Center. We go to 1980, Lake Placid, New York, Robin Cousins. And in this Olympic memory, it calls up Cousins' victory as he followed the skating footsteps of British countryman John Curry, who won in 1976. That's Robin Cousins 12 years ago, and now today skating to Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2. He's the dean of pro skaters at 34. He was second last year.
This program could be used as a study in all skating classrooms across the world. It's technically perfect, with all beautiful double jumps, the double loop jump here, and exquisite spins.
Take that, Scott Hamilton.
I have to admit, Robin's backflip is the best in the world, and here's his trademark, the skid spiral.
Such interesting positions. Creative, theatrical, great champion, Robin Cousins.
And what's nice is that the audience is well educated and really appreciates everything he's doing. Skating's more than aerial acrobatics. You're a very difficult cross-foot spin. If you catch an edge here, lose your balance, you're on your back.
9.8 on top, 9.6 low. That's not good enough to pass Hamilton. And Landover eagerly awaiting another look at the long-time rivalry between Brian Boitano and Brian Orser, and that includes Gail Gardner.
When Scott Hamilton turned pro in 1984, the men's world of amateur skating literally became the life of Brian. Orser and Boitano, that is. The dueling Bryans dominated the sport and remain friendly rivals to this day. It was some strange twist of fate that the Canadian champion who wanted the Olympic gold medal in 1988 shared the same first name with the United States champion. Regardless of their past performances, only one Brian could take home the gold medal from the Calgary Olympics. In the 4 years since the Battle of the Bryans developed, the rivalry continues, perhaps more friendly than in the past. And now there is time for reflection.
I don't think I would have been as good at the Olympics had Brian Boitano not been on the scene for the last 4 years of my amateur career. So I'm really kind of thankful that, although I didn't win, I was a better skater and gave a better performance than I ever really dreamed of doing.
The Battle of the Bryans made me who I am today. And the thing that the competition did for me is it made me a better skater, and I think that I made him a better skater.
In Calgary, in front of Canadian fans supporting Orser, there was room for just one Brian to take that extra step up to the first place position. Brian Boitano took that step with elation, but also with caution.
I remember standing on the podium and saying, you know, don't bask in this too much, because if you were on the, you know, second place level, you wouldn't want anyone to shove it in your face. So it was a conscious effort for me to not gloat about winning.
1, 2, 3, 4.
As professionals, Orser and Boitano continue to develop their styles and push their talents. Orser has yet to defeat Boitano in this competition. He says he is here to win, but that means getting past the three-time champion, Brian Boitano.
Here he is, the unbeatable Brian Boitano, since the 1988 Olympic gold medal and turning professional in this competition 3 times here, 3 times impressively the winner, Brian Boitano. Symphony number 3.
As we said earlier, Brian's been showing some nerves here, and we're going to find out right away what's going on. He opens with his trademark, the Tano triple Lutz. So far, so good.
He created it in 1988. No other man has been able to perform it.
Now here we go for the triple axel, the only one we'll be seeing this evening. This man is amazing. I have never seen a stronger competitor. Behind this program is about America and the promise of living and being able to do anything you want. Gorgeous triple flip.
He's as strong as those marvelous bridges in his home area, the Bay, San Francisco. What a shame that we won't see the likes of Boitano in Olympic competition again unless some changes are made. He was denied.
It really is a shame, because what I'd love to see is the best against the best in the entire world.
Happening in all the other sports.
Watch these edges. Extremely difficult, although they appear simple. It's the body control here. The triple toe loop, one more to go. Something else the judges are looking for is footwork. Watch the speed here.
triples, 2 saved for late in the program.
It's just proof that if you work hard enough, you can do anything. He is amazing.
Brian Boitano again stamping his mark. Many would agree the best ever.
In 4 years here, he has not made an error in the technical portion of the competition.
Brian Boitano.
Here, his famous Tano triple Lutz, famous because the left arm is over his head. Only Brian can do it. And another triple, the triple flip. Solid as a rock.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the scores for Brian Boitano. 10. 10. 10. 9.9. 10. 10. 10. The total score, 50.
6 10s, near perfection, and now the unenviable position. Brian Orser, he skates next. Berg with Sandra Bezic and Gail Gardner. Welcome back to the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. In the background, you see Brian Orser, the Canadian star, warming up. As he began as the final competitor in the men's technical portion of the program, disaster struck on this upcoming jump. He trips and falls, a shoelace undone. Incredibly, we haven't seen that in the 12 years of competition here.
Well, it happens sometimes. Sometimes the pressure of a landing can pop a hook on the boot or even break a lace. And he has 2 options here, either to start the program from the beginning or to pick up where he left off.
Well, the decision will be made with Walter Muehlbrenner, the referee of the competition. And the decision was he would begin from the start of the program. Now a test of mental toughness.
When something like this happens, it's so difficult to get back on track. Your mind's racing. It's hard to catch your breath. There we go. Not perfect, but much better.
Canadian national champion, an unprecedented 8 consecutive years from 81 through 88 when he turned professional. One will forever wonder how good Brian Orser would have been as a pro if there wasn't a Brian Boitano in his life.
You'll notice Boitano is the only man here who doesn't do a backflip.
He's too busy landing those triples.
It's nice to know there's something he can't do. Good one. Nice triple toe loop.
Bravo, Brian Orser struggling through with a Boot problem, the shoelace broken, and having to start anew. And skating well, but the competition at Landover incredibly difficult.
He pushed through all his bad luck with this jump series, a double axel into a triple toe loop. Slight 2-foot landing, but he fought for it.
The total score is
And the judges see a high of 9.8, a low of 9.5, 48.5. So the standings after the technical program with an immaculate 50, Brian Boitano, who else? And we'll jump you back into skating history when we return. Center in Landover, Maryland, where this crowd has been jumping, sometimes with joy, at the Lutzes, the Axles, the Salchows they've seen. Great skaters have to learn how to fly. It's one of the most exciting aspects of figure skating. Of the 6 primary jumps, 3 of them bear the name of the men who invented them. Perhaps the most famous of the 3, Ulrich Salchow. Salchow represented Sweden, but he was Danish. Salchow won 10 world championships from 1901 to 1911. He also won the gold medal in the 1908 Olympics. The jump that bears his name is performed in double and triple combinations. The Lutz was first performed in 1912. German Alois Lutz invented the jump at age 16. Sadly, he died just 4 years later. Norwegian Axel Paulsen introduced the axel in 1882. The axel, often called the king of jumps, the easiest to recognize. It's the only jump where the skater skates forward into the takeoff. We've taken Brian Boitano's jumps from his technical program and computerized them. And now we'll examine a high-tech look at his axel, Lutz, and Salchow. All are triples. Boitano is the only skater to perform a triple axel so far in today's program.
The axel is the easiest jump to identify because it's the only jump that takes off from a forward edge. Because it takes off forwards and lands backwards, a triple is actually 3.5 rotations in the air.
Brian does his own unique version of the Lutz called the Tano triple, his arm overhead instead of tucked close to his body.
This is the most difficult toe-assisted jump. In preparation, the skater bends the skating leg while reaching back with the free leg to toe into the ice and vault into the air.
And the Salchow was Brian's final jump in his technical program.
The Salchow is an edge jump taking off from 1 foot on a backward inside edge. The free leg swings through to assist the jumping action. All jumps are exactly the same in the air and on the landing.
Thanks for the hard work, Brian. Even your computer form earned applause. And they're competing for prestige and big dollars here in Landover, Maryland. But these pros, nice to see, they still take time to have a little fun.
Then I roasted it. Yeah, I roasted it. Hey, I'm armed. You don't realize I'm armed. Wait. What? Were you buffing my head?
No, I was going like this.
Oh, okay. I take that personally. He's buffing my head. That's it.
Free dance program, and here are the standings after the required rhythm dance, 40% of the total here. Wynn and Drewer in 4th place, so they skated first with a spirited Charleston routine.
Susie and Joe are an effervescent couple, and with complicated footwork, they demonstrate what we call a more traditional ballroom style.
Third, going into the free dance, Renee Roca and Gorsha Soor.
Budding choreographers, Renee and Gorsha experiment dramatically with a modern balletic approach.
further contrast, the second place pair, Natalia Anenko and Genrikh Sretensky.
Lyrical and romantic, Natalia and Genrikh give us what we consider a classic Russian style.
And the couple to beat, Natalia Bestemianova and Andrei Bukin.
And they have a style all their own, interpreting the freedom of the Russian soul.
Supposed to happen. Her shawl had been thrown aside and she skates right through it.
Escaping a near disaster.
Delightful and incomparable Bestemianova and Bukin. 4 years ago in Calgary in the Olympic Games, Bukin's hair was a bit shorter, but this incredible dance team showed them the grace and style that earned them the gold. From Olympic champions to professional champions today in Landover. And the final order, Bestemianova and Bukin, Anenko and Sretensky, Rokosor and Windroor. Chips, the determination of the men's title, and after the technical program, Brian Boitano, a perfect 50 in the lead. Now let's go to the men's artistic programs. Brian Boitano seemingly with an insurmountable lead with all of those 10s, a nearly perfect technical program. But the other three, it'll be a contest for second. They're bunched within 5/10 of a point.
Isn't Brian's strength staggering, though? It's just unbelievable how this man can find whatever it takes inside to produce a perfect performance every year.
Well, what really is it besides that inner strength?
It's hard work. I also don't know anyone who works as hard as Brian on a daily basis.
And the other end of that emotional continuum is Brian Orser, following Boitano, seemingly haunted by that fact and then having bad luck as well.
Such bad luck, and always having to follow Boitano, always having to listen to his 10s. I think that what Brian has gone through is too much to ask of anyone.
The light on the center of the ice represents his friend Robert McCall, who passed away last November. And Brian Orser dedicates this program to his buddy.
Life is a book that we study. Some of its leaves bring us sad. Say it was written by my buddy. Yes, we must cross, you and I.
The applause for that step was because those were steps Rob used to do.
Nights alone, you went away. I think about you all through the day, my buddy. miss your father.
And his buddy Robert McCall, just 2 years ago, won the dance championship here in Landover with his partner Tracy Wilson. She sits on the judging panel today.
This has got to be a tough one for her.
My buddy, your buddy misses you. Your buddy misses you. My buddy.
Dick, we all miss him.
Brushing a tear away, Tracy Wilson scores Brian Orser, a very sensitive and solid program. And they applaud for Orser and his buddy, Robert McCall.
Brian Orser.
Skating some of the same steps Robin Tracy did to win their '88 Olympic bronze medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scores for Brian Orser. 9.8, 9.7, 9.7, 9.7,
Unbelievable.
9.8, 9.8, 9.8. The total score, 48.8. Robin Cousins.
While Brian Boitano has a sizable lead coming into this final 50% of the scoring, Robin Cousins still in position to move into second place, just 0.4 of a point behind Scott Hamilton.
They say he's Gene Kelly on ice. I say it's more Tommy Tune. This guy's got happy feet.
Well, Kelly was his idol as a boy in Bristol, but he certainly is built more on the Tommy Tune line, isn't he? I like this.
Do you care to dance, Dick?
Too intimidating.
Watch these feet. This stuff is tough.
I mean, how clever can you get? Robin Cousins, working with him in Munich at the World Championships last year. Sandra, we learned one thing. He is a perfectionist, and he might even like what he did today.
No one should be allowed to be this talented. Great rhythm, control, personality, and charm. With a little hip action.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the scores for Robin Cousins. 10. 10. 10. 10. 9.9. 10. 10. The total score, 50.
Morning breath.
As soon as I hit my car.
Scott Hamilton.
On the ice, charismatic Scott Hamilton from Denver, Colorado. If Robin Cousins has happy feet, then Scott's trademark is a happy face. And what Olympic memories he stirs. 1984. The 110-pound buzzsaw became the first American man to win the gold in 24 years. Scott Hamilton, he hasn't changed much. 8 years later, he's still spinning, and he's still making us all happy. He's doing this with a big tongue and a big cheek. Whoops, it's coming apart. Well, the sublime to the ridiculous, Scott Hamilton.
He's really lost it.
I don't know what he's selling, but I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
His motto must be make 'em laugh. With this back flip, he's just amazing. Nobody has the comedic sense that Scott has.
Total score, 49.7.
And a grand total of 98.7, 1/10 of a point better than Robin Cousins. Only Boitano can beat him.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Boitano.
And now it's Brian Boitano after his perfect 50 in the technical program. Now his artistic. A solid lead coming in, even though challenged well by Hamilton and Cousins. Boitano in position for 4 in a row.
Kiss me, you get breathless, I think you really enough. Don't worry with your lipstick, I'm gonna kiss it all away. Throw away your lipstick, that ain't your color anyway.
This is about a guy who's so crazy in love, he's willing to make a fool of himself.
Whoa, just kiss me, Harry Connick Jr.
Kiss me, and I'll take your lips to paradise. Kiss me, and paradise will never feel so nice. You're beautiful, you don't need all that makeup, and you don't need to take up. Shut up, all of your time in front of the mirror. Can't you see that you're my dear? Baby, can't you see we're in love?
Since rehearsal to pull back with a big lead? Is he conservative even touch?
Not a touch.
Kiss me, and maybe then you'll know the reason why I want you, and I love you, I want you, and I'm gonna want you.
This is important to Bryant because it's a real stretch for him. This is something we're not used to seeing from him. Normally it would be a dramatic piece.
Do you think I should repeat?
Tossing in plenty of difficulty.
Repeat. Oh, say it, man. I'm in love, love, in love. I'm in love. Sweet love.
Well, one choreographer, Sandra Bezic, bringing out another side of Brian Boitano. That just underlining the incredible depth of the men's competition in Landover.
And what's so important about this event is that all the men here continue to push themselves, they continue to experiment, and continue to grow as athletes and artists.
The total score is 49.4.
And here's Gail.
Okay. We were saying 3-time defending champ. Now we can say 4-time defending champ. 7/10 of a point.
It really is meaningful this time, too. I mean, it really means a lot for me to defend my title, and I'm proud of myself for coming out here. It's a long night, but I gave it my all, and I won again, I guess.
Who was that person out there? We've never seen that person before.
No, that was a different person. It's very difficult for me to do that kind of style, the very quick-footed Scott Hamilton-esque style. But I want to stretch and I want to grow, so I'm trying new things. I think my forte is really slow and strength and sort of, I don't want to say balletic, but slow things. So I wanted to try something different. It's got a good response on tour, so hope they liked it too.
The risk taken. Boitano's artistic program was good, but not judged the best. Robin Cousins, a perfect 50. And the men's final standings. Champion again, Brian Boitano. Scott Hamilton narrowly edges out Robin Cousins for second place.
Oh, boy.
Brian Boitano remains undefeated since 1988.
Oh.
Champions Natalia Vestamianova and Andrei Buchan. And the men's champion, Brian Boitano. He's about to retire the trophy 4 in a row. And Sandra, what was the standout for you in this 12th World Professional Figure Skating Championship?
Oh, for me, it has to be Robin Cousins' artistic performance. He's still a master and still teaching the younger guys a thing or two.
And this crowd might agree that the champions all brought something really special. A rejuvenated Debbie Thomas. If it was her last competition, she certainly finished a glowing champion. And the Russians winning the pairs, winning the ice dance, the incredible depth of that country in this sport. Oh, my. And Brian Boitano, you can use the tag superstar in him and not fret one moment that you've over-exaggerated. Another great championship for Sandra Bezic Gail Gardner, this is Dick Enberg. So long from Landover, Maryland.